the middle of a vibrant visibility challenge. So we started on Monday. Well, we actually started on Friday with introductions. So it's always really beautiful to hear where people are joining us from and what they're about. So we've got a chat thread with introductions. Monday was a photo challenge, a really fun one, and it brought up lots of stuff around how self-conscious we all feel sharing our photographs. And then Tuesday was a going deeper into our writing topics exercise. And then yesterday was what I call the mixer, where we all shared a little bit more about what we wanted to say, combining the photograph and the writing challenge work, and then went ahead and shared it to Substack Notes as well. So if you have not yet seen any of that, head over to the Vibrant Visibility Challenge. It's right here on Substack. It's not in Sparkle on Substack, which is my membership hub. It's over on a separate publication so I can keep it all really clear for you guys. But it's open, all access. Everybody is welcome. You can catch up. Today is an integration day. So I'm giving people some time to just go back into those introductions, meet people, mingle, follow people on Notes if they want, read some of their work, subscribe, or really think about how we combine the identity of who we are, what we're about through photos and text, how we tell the stories, really. So it's a big ask in lots of ways. I think we do stay within our comfort zone without meaning to. And we can stay locked into that for years. So the challenge is designed to push you outside of your comfort zone, but in a way where I'm holding you through it all and the community is holding you through it all. And yeah, just that it gives you that like extra boost of confidence. And I'm basically shrinking a 5-year timeline. So my 5-year timeline of starting to show up in this way in the pandemic and then everything that I've done since, I'm trying to kind of condense that and give you some of the lessons and some of the tools and the ways in the Vibrant Visibility Challenge. So you are super welcome to join us. One of the big things that's coming up is this clash between the personal and the professional. And I think it comes up a lot on Substack anyway. So obviously we know people relate to people. And we can build up an avatar, an understanding of who a person is in our minds, and then meet them and the whole thing shatters. It's like, this isn't who I thought. What? It's so confusing. And so part of that, I think we are still as humans getting our head around what it means to have these connections online and really feel deep, in some ways, deep friendships with people that we've never met. It's very confusing. It's a very confusing space. And I've had lots of experiences. Some of them I've written about in my book, which is out this year. It's called Invisible Trust. I've written about this lots because there's something that really connects us when we're able to speak at a deeper level. Just using our voice and using what we've built up of understanding someone online or kind of being somebody's reader or paying for somebody's space, this space of who this person is that just isn't rooted in any reality, like any 3D reality. So I think that can be really playful. I think we can be really playful with that. Obviously, people talk about, our curated self of sense of self online. And I think that can actually really help us because if we step into that curated sense of self, if anything negative happens or if we're having a bad day and we don't feel like showing up, we can just take a step out again. Whereas if it is our whole self online, I think that becomes more problematic and it feels more personal if we face any criticism. It feels harder if things don't go as well as we wanted them to go. So, for example, if we didn't get the reads that we wanted, if we didn't get likes, comments, shares, all of these vanity metrics that exist in our online ether. So I think really protecting ourselves and stepping into this space of, okay, this is the avatar of me that exists online. So here I am in Starbucks car park. I've been for a Starbucks this morning because we're having some building work done in our garden space outside. And I find the noise like intolerable. Like I find it really hard to concentrate, if the builders are in and out, if they need anything and stuff like that, I just can't lock on. So a noisy coffee shop was the next best option, but I have actually finished 2 things that have been on my list for ages. So it's been really nice because at home, like I am obviously 100% myself. And when I plug in and I'm outside of the home, I can be like, okay, this is the work version of me. Like I need to get this stuff done. I want to get this stuff done for my business. So yeah, I just thought I would pop on. If anyone's got any questions about vibrant visibility, how I have cultivated this creative practice of showing up online and feeling more confident than I actually am. I am actually very introverted as a person. I really need a lot of time to recover from like big events or social interactions. But somehow online, there can be thousands of people connected to a class and I'm fine. I can go and guest in somebody else's community and feel really confident and excited about that. In fact, I just got invited to guest for one of my mentors and I couldn't believe it when I got the email last night. I was just like, Dave, you'll never guess what. Like, it was so exciting. And, even a year or two ago, I would have been like, oh my goodness, how am I going to do that? So there is a formula and a way that I've learned to understand how to do these things, these workshops, these opportunities, how to step into that. And I'm talking all about it in the next phase of the challenge. So if you do feel like you're holding yourself back in any way online, or if you want the creative challenge of being more vibrantly visible, so the vibrancy comes from us understanding how playful it can be to share elements of our life, like jumping on a live in the Starbucks car park or taking photos in a certain way. It can be just a real gift to our audience to understand a little bit more about us. So that's what we're doing. Vibrant Visibility Challenge Substack. It's free for the moment. It's going to go paid tomorrow, but you'll still have access to the first 3 days. If you're a member, you get access to all of it. So you can have all of it. I'm just seeing if there are any questions or anything like that. Oh, Georgina's saying good morning. Morning. Yeah, if you've got any questions at all about what it feels like to show up consistently in this way, doing lives, writing posts, hosting community, feeling more confident about sharing photos and videos and stuff like that online. Obviously, I'm here for a couple of minutes. If not, then obviously I hope to see you over at the Vibrant Visibility Challenge. It's a beautiful group of people that have gathered. We've got people from all over the world. So it'll start to sort of pick up. The next post due out at noon. So it'll start to pick up a little bit of energy this afternoon, and then the Americans will wake up, the Canadians will pop in, and it's just a lovely, lovely mixer. People have shared really vulnerably and openly and honestly about how they feel, about what they share here, where they've boxed themselves in, like how they feel about the photographs. People are saying, oh, I've got this, but I hardly use it, or I'm not really sure, if this is the right one. So many of us have sunglasses on in our photographs, which obviously, if I put my sunglasses on now, you'll see, like, it's just, it's harder to connect. So many of us have photographs with sunglasses on in our about page. So you can have one, but you also need to have one without your sunglasses on because people will just connect a lot better without sunglasses on. Okay, so if there's no questions, I think it's probably time for me to go and make the builders a cup of coffee, bed into my afternoon. I've got a beautiful one-to-one coming up this afternoon with someone who I really like and admire. And I'm also chatting to the lovely Sarah Fay later on, about 4 o'clock my time. So we're going to be talking about 7 years combined experience on Substack. So I actually lose track when I say how long I've been here now, but since April 2022, and I think Sarah Fay was here from like 2020. So we're going to be like no holds barred, speaking about all of the changes within the Substack ether and ecosystem, what's going on and what we are doing as people who absolutely adore the platform and love teaching people how to use it, what we're doing moving forward. So don't miss it. The replay will be out to everybody. If we go super, super deep, it'll be behind a paywall, but we're just planning on having a bit of a chit chat and getting into it. And then we might do a deeper one further down the line. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that'll be 4 o'clock this afternoon if you fancy it. If not, I'll see you over on the Vibrant Visibility chat. That's where it's all happening. There are posts out. There's another one due out in 15 minutes at noon. So I'll see you over there. Take care, everyone. Bye.